Hi, welcome to our channel. You're watching video training number 4, and today I want to ask you a really random question. Stay tuned. All right, so let's get to the question. The question is, what is the absolute worst number in business? Right? So when you think about it, I know it sounds kind of tricky, and I mean it to be that way. Think about it for a second, and I'm going to reveal the answer in a second. But what could possibly be the worst number in business? There's so many numbers. If you're in business in yourself, you're dealing with dollar figures and taxes and all that stuff. But this is related to marketing, since obviously this is a marketing channel, right? So I'm going to reveal the number right now. The absolute worst number is number 1. Right? Believe it or not. So why is this in relation to marketing? Why is this really the bad number, right? Why don't you want to have 1 in your business? And the reason is you don't never want to have one way of marketing your business. That's the point I'm trying to make. And I'll tell you a personal story. About 10 years ago, I used to work at my father's little tiny hole-in-the-wall type of butcher store. Right, and the business was okay, but it was kind of going down, and September 11 took place, the tragic event for everyone. And what happened is immediately after that, the business crashed, and just like many other small businesses out there, my father started slashing his profits just to stay competitive. And before you know, we were out of business, right? And not only that, he was in debt for more than $100,000, and he owed so much money. We didn't have any options, and he filed for bankruptcy. So it's a really sad story, but this is not only our story. Thousands of businesses went through the same thing when we walked right into the recession. I'm talking about 2008 to now, and prior to 2008, similar stories that people go out of business right and left. It was tragic back then to be losing our business and not having enough money and all that. But as I grew older, I thought about the reasons, and I was kind of putting it together as to why it happened, right? You need to ask that question, because if you're not learning from your mistakes, then your mistakes do not mean anything, unfortunately. So for that reason, I kind of dug deeper and asked some questions to find out how we were operating the business back then. And I found out that there was really no strategy of marketing at all. Interesting, right? I mean, the only way, the only form of marketing we were doing back then was word of mouth. Like you sell services, you sell meat to your customers, and they hopefully like it, and they're going to talk to their neighbors and their friends and recommend you. That was the only source that we're relying on. This reminds me of many stories that I hear from people even today. So I talk to them about marketing, and then they refuse to talk about it. They say, you know what, we do marketing. Yeah, it's just people like our services. They talk about it, and we get customers, which is a scary thought, because you're putting all your eggs in the same basket then. Right, you have one form of marketing, which is word of mouth, or maybe something else. Or I talk to online business owners, and their only source of income is coming from Amazon. So if Amazon makes a shift in their algorithms or any software changes, you might lose your business in a single day. So it's make me kind of sweat under my jacket when I think about businesses only have one method of bringing income, and I want to talk about it today just to help you understand the benefit of multi-channel marketing. Right? You got to have more ways of leads feeding into your business. Let's say you have 15 different ways of marketing. That doesn't mean 15 different expenses that you should have for your business. That doesn't mean that. It's just like heavily set up, organized system that's funneling leads to your business every single day, every single time. When you go out there or your customers come in, you have the system working. So what would happen tomorrow if we walk into another recession? Well, what would happen is the people who have only one method of generating leads and creating customers, unfortunately, will be out of business. And the people who have 15 different ways of generating leads, yes, maybe 4 out of 15 will start working because of the conditions, because of the pricing, because of the psychology of buying kind of changed. People have fear. They fear that they're not going to have their job tomorrow, so they stop spending. I understand there are a lot of legitimate reasons why people lose their business, but the goal is to reduce the likelihood of that, so you have the lifestyle that you have right now, or have a better lifestyle. But when the crises come in, and we have it, they have like seasons, they happen every so many years, right? The oscillation and all that stuff, you watch the graphs on the news, you know that it's coming. And the next date they say is 2016, and I'm not really concerned about what would happen in 2016 or 17. I don't really care about those stats. What I care about is, as long as at any given time you have multiple streams of income coming in through multiple streams of marketing, you can kind of safeguard your business. That's my point. That's why the point I was trying to make earlier is number one is the worst number. If you have really one way or two way, maybe three ways of generating leads, you're putting yourself and your family at risk of losing business, because any split change in that method will destroy that, and that would end up destroying your business, unfortunately. So I would highly suggest you think of the type of marketing that you would do, whether it's social media, multi-channel marketing, creating videos and converting into many media. And I thought that would be the top of the mind for many people who are trying to grow their business. There are many startups, and we know that 97% of all the startups will fail within the first 14 months. It's a scary percentage when you think about it. People put their hard-earned money into it, their dreams into it, and they fail. I'm not saying we shouldn't fail. Sometimes we learn more from failing than actually making it big, right? Personally, that's the way I am. But at some point, if you know something is coming, and if you're not taking the necessary measures to avoid it, that's more than just making a mistake. That's being wasteful, in my opinion. So again, just to wrap it up, don't be a victim of the circumstances, and because when people become the victim of their circumstances, they blame the outside, right? Well, the circumstances have changed. But if you create the circumstances for you, regardless of what changes outside, you still some form of income coming in to your business. That's my point. I hope you found it valuable. Please leave your comments, because I really want to hear from you what you think about these kind of videos. And if you have any questions, and if you want us to answer specific questions, we're going to create our channel, the video training based on that. So let us know. And if you already haven't done so, I highly suggest that you set up your 30-minute strategy session, so we can talk about concepts like this more often and give you some guidelines as to how you can implement it in your business, and how we can be a part of that and help you grow exponentially. All right. So thank you for watching and listening, and hope to hear from you soon. Thank you. Have a great day.